down the river. Everybody, let's go. Hey, come on, get out. Get out, everybody. Coming right here. Let's see something. I'm out of control. You just reload.
There he goes.
Are you serious? Come right here. Come right over this. Come on. Get up inside. Let's go. Hey, everybody right here. Come on. This one's easy. Don't stop me. Don't stop me. Don't stop me. Like a little cat's back kid over there. Yeah.
So we stumbled across a dance-off, and the Guardians are just taking their last pictures. Daniella and I managed to get one with Gamora before we went. Happy? Jeez, must be hard for them to get back in. So we've got 10 minutes even until our fast pass.
She is a good Gamora.
She is a good Gamora. So, it's been a while, but we did Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was amazing. I think it's a lot better than the Tower of Terror, but I still wouldn't want them to replace it in Orlando. I'd want them to keep the Tower of Terror. So we're headed over to, where are we going to?
I don't really know.
We don't know where we're going. Well, I know where I'm going, but I don't know what for.
Imagineering Blue Sky Cellar.
I don't know.
I'm not telling you.
She's not telling me what it is, so we're going to go do that. And we're now decided to go to an art animation thing at 4:30.
Of course, my favourite character.
It's a surprise, apparently.
We're going back there.
Okay, so we're going back there for 4:30.
1:30, which is now, was Tigger. Tigger's good, but 4:30 is better.
Yeah. So we're going to go past the rest of the food and wine. We've got one ticket left. We're still need to decide what we're going to use it for. But we'll see, it might be something tonight.
Oh, there's Grizzly Peaks, we could do that.
Oh yeah.
You got your trainers on?
Oh look, there's Goofy. There's Dapper Goofy. I do have trainers on. I think you're going to be big for this. Oh, my shoe! My shoe! It's on! I got my shoe! Cotton candy soda. That sounds far too rich. What kind of a person would even consider getting something that's sickly and sweet? What on earth have you bought? So what exactly is it? Just Sprite and cotton candy and sweetness. You realise it's gonna... I hope you didn't want any of that. You trying it? Look at the colour change.
It's literally just Sprite. I watched her make it. I want some.
They're dropping them everywhere. So Danielle doesn't like fizzy drinks. I had to drink that whole thing. I feel a bit sickly now. She drank a wee bit. No, she didn't. So we are walking around to this thing that Danielle wants to go see. And who can we see? Officer Hobbs and Nick. This is the thing Danielle wants to show me. Oh wow. So is this their whole planning and building process? There is a buyer there. I thought there wasn't behind me.
1000%. I admit it though. Sage, come here. Sage, come here. Look at this. These are drawings. These are the drawings of the places they made here. So that's your place, you know? When we get home, you should.
These are pretty cool. Check cookie num nums. Oh wow, look. There's the big, yeah, there's the big ball. Except it looks nothing like that. To be fair, it's all just concept art. Oh, next show is in a minute. We might as well. Let's sit down for the show. Oh. 3, 2, 1, yay!
The spirit of Imagineering to me is people at their best. We all want to do the most impossible things and things that we never thought we could even do. And in the end, the reason why we want to bring out the best of who we are is because that product we put out there in the world, the immersive experiences that we create, they touch people in a way that I think we want the world, we want our children, we want our friends, we want our family, we want our spouses, we want ourselves to remember forever, to touch that place within them that reminds them of their childhood, that reminds them of their dreams, that inspires them to be more, to be the best. Because in the end, it's about creating a better place.
The Blue Sky process is when we really start with the nugget of an idea. It's that time in the process where you get the most freedom and can be the most exciting and the most scary at the same time. Artie Scalar always said a blank page can be the most frightening or exciting thing in the world.
We approach all our projects with a blank sheet of paper, you know, as it being the sky's the limit. It's the opportunity to figure out what if, or what is it, or what can it be.
It's part of our Disney DNA to make the best possible guest experience we can.
Part of design and part of being an Imagineer is what I can create and what I can help create impacts people. Someone once asked me why I do what I do, and really for me, I'm in service to the creation of memories. What I can create and what I can help create impacts people. When they see these things and they visit them and have a good time with their families, that's really impactful. It's nostalgia, it's memory, and memory is so important. It makes us who we are.
I know that our parks are special for so many people, including myself and my family. The trip that I remember most was when I was 8. It was just a few months before my father passed away, and it was the last time that our whole family was together, was at a Disney park, and that, I think, is what really cemented the power of the coming together of a family. That's a memory that I'll always carry with me for the rest of my life. I take on bringing new experiences to the parks, bringing new experiences to the guests with a great weight.
What we're trying to bring into the parks with our Pixar characters and with our environments is we're trying to bring that authentic human feeling that just taps into your heart and that you want to share with others.
People often ask, why Pixar? Well, Pixar for us and why all these things hang together is I think what Pixar does so beautifully is that it speaks to the best of life. And while not all of their characters are human, I think that they purposely create their characters so that they speak to everybody. None of their characters are perfect. They're all beautifully flawed, but they're optimistic. And the way that they look at life is filled with optimism. And so when you watch a Pixar film, when you watch it, you see yourself in those characters. I think that's when magic happens, right? Is when we bring these experiences and these characters to life for our guests in a way that they would not find anywhere else.
When you see a movie and you're able to see yourself, your unit of marriage within that movie, that makes you a Pixar fan for life. With Wally and Eve, they were able to communicate without actually saying anything to one another. And it's just a sweet, beautiful love story. And I find parallels to that in my life with my wife and my family. My wife and I have been together for 28 years. She's the one that, you know, when I'm having a bad day, she's the one that recharges my batteries. And we are in love as much as we were back in the very first year. As a husband and as a father, I bring those two attributes to work. And so it's our opportunity from Imagineering to bring Pixar Pier to life in the same way, you know, with heart, and being able to show families that this is a place that they can come and have fun.
Pixar Pier is a retheming of the entire Paradise Pier area of Disney California Adventure.
It is going to be a kind of new place in my eyes where Pixar characters live among us and in different ways too.
The story of Pixar Pier is still what our guests know and love, and we build off on that. It is a seaside pier in California, and that's the architecture and that's the home of our place. We want our guests, when they walk through this space, to feel it.
We're creating a new entrance to the pier. You're gonna have this beautiful Pixar Pier marquee, and then as you come in, we're really trying to embrace that turn-of-the-century architecture.
The Imagineering team went up and down the California coast looking at all the different turn-of-the-century piers and what they had to offer.
When we were doing our research trips, we wanted to kind of bring in a little bit of that elegance. And so it's this gigantic entrance statement with these big, beautiful red domes and beautiful lights. And then you're getting that gorgeous Pixar lamp up there greeting you as you walk in.
Working with the Pixar team and our Imagineering team, we came up with this neighborhood concept where we really grouped these stories into these neighborhood experiences. So while you were in that neighborhood, you were immersed in a story.
We're bringing places to life that our guests haven't seen anywhere. We haven't really built out Inside Out before. We haven't given more of a presence to Incredibles anywhere in our parks. And to be able to do these things and to create these things and bring them to life in a way that they all can connect together, it worked for us.
Incredibles Park is going to be this great opportunity for you to finally step into that mid-century world.
I think it's going to be really fun for guests to go in and just be in this environment that feels like the film.
And you look around and the design and the aesthetic of the area has this wonderful mid-century feel. It's very inspired by the production design of The Incredibles and Incredibles 2 and harkens back to that look.
Everything is going to support that story from the beginning to end. So there's nothing that you see in there that's only going to take you out of the world of The Incredibles. That's where the strength of the Imagineers comes in, to where they think of every little nuanced detail about everything and how to make it real.
Some of the resources that I drew on to find inspiration were actually at Imagineering. All of the buildings that surround this place were built in the 60s. In addition to that, it was really working with our Pixar partners. I worked with their designer, Ralph Eggleston, and we drew stuff on napkins, and I ended up doing this little A-frame sketch that was inspired by The Incredibles' new house in the film, and that's the one that stuck, and it looks really cool.
I think guests are going to be really surprised at how fun the story is on the Incredicoaster. It's always challenging to tell a story at coaster lightning speed, but the amount of story and time you get with the characters and this great score, I think is really going to be entertaining for guests.
There are actually special effects being installed on the roller coaster today that literally didn't exist 2 months ago. And so my hat's off to the team because they have done a remarkable job.
Your experience when you go from Incredibles to Toy Story is cohesive, but you still feel like it's part of the same story.
Toy Story Midway Mania really is the anchor for this new Toy Story Boardwalk area. It's really fun to enter this world where you are an honorary toy and everything's giant. Now we're expanding that story, adding Jessie's Critter Carousel with this giant, beautiful carousel playset with all of her critter friends.
And the critters have made a tiny cameo in Toy Story 2 in Woody's Roundup as little cardboard cutouts, and now they're starting to expand on that story. People are getting to experience that.
I think that's one of the great opportunities that we have when we bring the Pixar films to life in the Disney parks, is that we can take what the filmmakers made and envisioned, and we can build it out even further.
We really wanted to honor the spirit of this 1910 boardwalk in the Pixar Promenade area. Celebrate the Ferris wheel and all those wonderful friendships that the movie species have celebrated, and really creating this place where you feel like you're going to go for a stroll of the evening, and you may stop and see some of your favorite characters, or maybe hear some live musicians perform, and then you can wander over to Bing Bong sweet stuff.
And Bing Bong, you know, being made of cotton candy himself and crying candy tears, we thought was the best host for our confectionery.
My son has this extreme love of Jangles the Clown and Bing Bong, and so it was getting the Jangles and getting those characters for all the guests that love not just the main ones, but those.
Look how cool this is. This is the model they used to build and design it. So cool. So, what's this one?
Shrimp and corn tacos.
How is it?
Spicy.
Very good. Alright. Give us some piece so we can eat this. So that was damn delicious.
Spicy.
Yeah, it was good tacos. So Daniella has just managed to get a Guardians of the Galaxy Fast Pass for in 20 minutes time. So the plan is to do that and hope that we can quickly run over to Frozen because it's just across from it. The only issue is it's Frozen at 3 and our Fast Pass is at 20 to 3. True, so hopefully we'll get time to do it. People are lining up for something here. It's to see us. Jamming games, okay. So that is us just used our last token for the food festival. What's that? Don't I mean food and wine? No, I don't. It's just the food festival because we're not allowed wine. So we went and tried to get alcohol, handed over IDs, and got told they can't be accepted. Asked if we had our passports. No, we don't carry our passports with us into the parks.
Also, we didn't get an issue with our UK ID yesterday.
Yeah, so we've been to.
Remember to bring our passports.
Yeah, so we've been to Steakhouse 55 and many other places. Steakhouse 55, the example I've chosen is because it's a Disney-owned one, and they've all accepted our UK driving license, our ID. But in the parks here, no, apparently that's not good enough. So it'll be interesting to see if we can have a drink with dinner at the Lamplight Lounge or not. So yeah, quite irritated by this. But
even Alcatraz in San Francisco accepted our driving license.
yeah, everything's accepted it. But Disney employees in the Disney park. So we'll see what happens tonight, and a few angry emails might have to be written.
Orlando would have accepted it.
Orlando have accepted it before. It's definitely worked there. So there's another point for Disney World over Disneyland. And we are park hopping today as well. Yep. We missed Frozen because apparently you have to queue for an hour beforehand to get in. Genuinely what the staff told us. So we are headed to Disneyland to go to the parade. So we've just done Guardians of the Galaxy again, and it was awesome again. So yep, tickets are on the phone. Gonna go in here, do the parade, then shoot back over for the drawing class for can't say who yet.
No.
Not allowed to say her favourite. No, we don't go right. We don't go right. No, we have to go that way. We have to go back. Train. So, back in Disneyland, not the Magic Kingdom, Disneyland. For the parade. Let's see if we can. Oh, look, it's Goofy.
If we had gone left, you would have seen it.
Well, maybe there's a better person to the left. Maybe there's just Pluto.
There's Cruella de Vil. And you can't see, but she's talking to a doggo.
Leave that doggo alone. Ah, she's killing someone. in Adventureland. We're park hopped again. Yay! So, hold on, it's dark. It's dark. It's dark. There we go, we're back. So, we've done the Disneyland parade, so we don't need to worry about that tomorrow on our Disneyland day. And we're now headed. Yeah. So, we're now headed for animation. Hopefully get to draw Daniella's favourite character. What do you think of the parade?
It's so good.
I thought it was alright.
And Mary Poppins.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, it was decent.
We don't have that in Orlando.
Oh, I thought we had Lion King.
No.
Oh, okay. Apparently not. But we do have your favourite character in Orlando.
Yeah.
They're about to find out who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, parade was decent. We got quite near the front, but I felt like every single float looked to their right instead of their left, so they didn't really look at us. Danielle's that keen that she's storming ahead.
We're not telling where we're going.
See that big animation thing? There. So, we did Frozen. Pretty good. Enjoyed it. Longer than we expected to. Ran about an hour and 10 minutes. And I gotta say, Anna stole the show completely. Yeah, the woman that sung, the woman that played Anna was incredible. Her voice was brilliant. Elsa was good, but nah, she needed time to warm up and wasn't anywhere near as good.